Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to Castlevania Aria's Sorrow. This is Genesis 013 and without further ado, let us enter into the dance hall. This is actually a re-recording of my last attempt because, well, some things went horribly sour, so I'm doing this again, so yeah. So if some things seem a bit off, that's why. So without further ado, let's move on. So yeah, this is basically Jay. He has amnesia. Can't remember who he was, but he was involved. He does know he was apparently told about he was involved in an accident in 1999. That and basically the name of Dracula kind of scares the shit out of him. Not only that, but he's aware that Soma has dark powers with him, while he himself basically admits he has some powers of himself while he doesn't really understand it himself. Came here because of the prophecy, and he basically hopes that by being here, he hopes he'll remember who he is, which that is sort of helping. To which someone comes to the conclusion that maybe Dracula was involved, and well, we might actually be right. Who Jay actually is, we won't know till... who knows, maybe whenever he wakes up, he remembers, he'll probably tell us. And who knows, it'll be a pretty decent reunion, I imagine. He's a good guy either way, but either way. This is the room of the dance hall. I'm going to get us through most of this quickly. First things first is more zombie officers to horribly beat my face in because, well, that is very likely, sadly. I believe going through here gives us a safe room up above, which is handy, I suppose, because it is just a way to top off, just so you can keep going. Gonna go down this way. Through here is actually the way to the next area, which we can't really get through just yet because we still need to acquire something from the boss of this area. So it may seem like I'm rushing through things just because, well, I'm trying not to dally right now and just get us to where we need to go. Jesus. And in other news, I am still very bad against Quetzalcoatl's, even to this day. It's kind of sad, actually, but yeah, I'm just trying to get us through here as quickly as possible. We have a lot of it's basically, we meet a lot of older enemies, including a new enemy like here, the Nemesis here. It's basically sort of a sinister floating sword of sort. And it's really just kind of an invisible woman, or the spirit of a swordswoman holding it. And basically, this is a new warp that we have for ourselves now. It's kind of lovely and stuff. Just so I can see where I need to go, I will just, you know, just change my things my abilities accordingly. Siren will help with... Okay, I'm good with that. Yeah, Nemesis are kind of evil. They basically can do a lot of... They have the ability of getting a lot of damage off of you very quick. But that's basically about it about them. There's really not a whole lot else to worry about them. Jesus. Stop it. And zombie officers still have like the reach of God in essence. It's kind of sad, really. That's a weapon we can't get right now because we unfortunately do not have the means of, well, we have no means of getting to there. So there's that, unfortunately. Down this way, a couple more officers, but if you kill them, we can meet the Creaking Skull again, the first boss of the game. He's now a regular enemy that, well, he's not really that hard to deal with. And over here we get a new enemy as well, the wooden golem. Sort of a weird automaton. Kicks rocks. He likes to kick rocks in your face and tries to uppercut you with his fists at times. Both are kind of rude and insensitive in either way. But that's, well, it happens, I suppose. Yeah. Again, I apologize if it looks like I'm just rushing needlessly. I'm just trying to cover up all the bases I have so I can get back where I am before, because originally there was a lot of exploring I did here because, well, truth be told, this was an area I didn't go to before in my first time playing, so I didn't know where exactly I was supposed to go, and I just sort of just stumbled upon the boss on my own, on sheer accident, basically. So I'm just trying to give sort of a Cliff Notes version of where to go very quickly without having to worry about a whole lot. There's thankfully money like down here. There's a bunch of people you have to deal with, but you should be okay if you're just careful and use your backdash proficiently at least. Caving skeleton, please no. Also, I have a lot of problem with the jumps here for some reason. I don't know why, but like these narrow gaps really mess me up for some reason, and it's kind of disheartening almost. Also, the cat is a nice summon a nice soul to have, just because the ability that you have something that can just do a lot of damage just by running through things is kind of nice, especially when you have larger hitbox enemies. It does more damage by process of passing through them, so it's just an overall like a nice soul to a pretty nice soul to have, especially if you need to have the issue of killing things quick. And there's a high potion, but we can't get it right now because, well, again, the case of we have no means of getting across small areas because Soma doesn't know how to crawl. It's kind of a sad tragedy, really. And wooden golems, once you get past their initial thing, they're not that hard. And also, there's a palette swap of the evil butchers, kind of as an interesting fact. And believe it or not, we are actually already to the boss already. He's basically down here. And as well, because the game is willing to actually give you some form of a break, and I will take advantage of this. Here's a save room. They give you like right across the way. Actually, we'll go swap to this. This is actually kind of actually a pretty good soul to have on you. Oh, for God's sakes! It just kind of it makes this guy go pretty faster, which is the big golem. His giant hand basically him sweeping his hand hurts you. It's kind of silly, really. Not only that, but this guy sports a lot of health on him, so he does a lot. There is a way you can basically get behind him, which basically you can, since he's unable to turn, there's usually not a whole lot he can do to you at that point. But other than that, he really doesn't have a whole lot of moves to him. He will try to spew rocks at you, he'll try to punch you with his giant hands, and just swinging his... Yeah, he'll do that. Not off. But once you just get a good few grenades on him, if you're able to change those grenades, he pretty much goes down pretty efficiently. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to show this guy off because he's kind of tricky, but... Oh, never mind! There is Tsuchinoko! That is a very rare enemy, and, well, he's kind of a general bastard in general. Because he either is seen burrowing down here a lot, or he will just basically run, like, about roughly here-ish or so after a few seconds, and then just dig away. And we did get the skeleton blades, which allows us to slide now, so, yeah. How much of this area we have? We have quite a few. So I say I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna quickly cut roughly back to where that one weapon is. So I'll show you guys just like anything I can gather through sliding on the way there, so see you then. And here's that high potion I mentioned before, so we'll keep going to the next place that is of interest. And here in the Grand Dance Hall, here's that weapon, which is the Cthulhu. It's basically a fist weapon, a bladed fist weapon in essence. Or I believe they are referred to as guitars normally. Yeah, but either way, I'll meet you guys. See roughly where that save point is. Okay, we are back up here where we have we basically have some more minotaurs to deal with. And more zombie officers. Nothing really of consequence. Other than, well, maybe your stray Quetzalcoatl. Please leave me alone, Jesus. I apologize if it seemed like I'm just being bad on purpose, but they really do mess me up that way. And over here is a secret, in which it gives us some samurai armor, which is pretty decent. Actually, it's an overall improvement of what you have from what we have, so no real reason not to wear it. And over here we have a new enemy as well, which is the waiter skeleton. He basically acts like a normal skeleton where he throws his head, and when he's not doing that, instead of a bone like normal skeletons, he'll try to assault you with a plate of delicious curry. It's quite fancy of him, really. I knew I shouldn't have gone. I knew there was a reason why I didn't want to go too far. That's the main reason. It's because of, well, horrible bastard Quetzalcoatl. Basically, throughout here, there's a bunch of other sources of basically 2 rooms full of $100, but they're usually guarded by a lot of enemies, a sort of assortment of enemies, usually involving a waiter's skeleton because reasons. Also a catapultus because, well, the game just apparently feels like it has to destroy everything that you love and care for. Meanwhile, in here we have, well, another catapultus, and, well, more fleamen. Which is, again, just for more $100, so just show you where we are. This is where we are. That grayed out area underneath the save point, that is actually the way we're supposed to go. So before I go there, I will be back briefly. We need to go. There's one more thing I gotta show up that we can get, that we can actually get. It's in this study, so I'll be there shortly. Alright, here we are, back in the study where we saw this book before, we couldn't get to, but now we can, which gives us the ancient book. Which, if we read, it basically gives us a very important hint, which you should pay attention to, which is the first spirit is a demon from hell fires. That is actually very important because there will be 2 books like these, which will indicate of two more souls. Souls that you actually are required to get in order to beat the game properly, because, and to that I will explain later. Passing that will bring us to a place called the Forbidden Area, which, well, we can't really go further because, well, there's a wall in front of us. Goes without saying, but even so, I will meet you guys back outside the dance hall where that save point was before, and we'll probably end it off over there, so I'll see you guys then. Alright, we're back. Finally here. There's basically nothing more but a few minotaurs just in our way, so yeah. This has basically been a... Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I do apologize that there's not a whole lot of, like, you know, suspense or surprise for my voice, but it's just, I don't know, re-recording just kind of dampens the mood for me, so this will hopefully not happen again. So next time we'll continue onwards and, well, explore through that door to the next area of the game. I have been Genesis 013, and, well, you guys enjoy yourselves and take care. Bye! Adorable little cat.